class. Today our second lecture on engineering graphic and design subject. In our previous lecture, lecture 1, we will talk about the preliminary of this subject, what topics will be involved in the coming lecture series. So today we will discuss about the engineering graphic design basics, what basics included, that what drawing instruments we require, what type of pencil we have to use, what other drawing instruments like drafter, drafting machine, you can say both are the same terms. What type of pencil, like H pencil, 2H pencil, HB pencils, these are the three types of pencil where we use. So some of the small bore compasses having what limitation of the small bore compasses, what are the advantages of the set square. So all we will use these drawing instruments in this our coming lecture series. So before I go for the coming lecture, students having some doubt that this is very difficult subject. So I want to elaborate that this subject is very interesting and very simple. So basically, the student in starting this subject, they face two types of problems. One is the lack of imagination power. So when we draw any object on a sheet, so we have to analyze that what we will draw on what plane. So before we start with this preliminary of this subject, the basics should be clear. So we will more concentrate on our basics rather than to solve these problems. So after that, when we basics are clear, we will go for the deep studies and we will solve the problems on whiteboard, and we will go for the quiz sessions also. So let's start with the drawing instruments. So start with the proceedings with the drawing board is a first instrument. You can see this is your drawing board and this is your thickness of the drawing board, and we already seen in your slide, you can see that the thickness of the drawing board would be at 25 as per the standard. So it is made of the softwood tree, that is the bentec, and the oak or red cedar tree, having a wood material that we go for the drawing board instruments. So basically in drawing board instrument, you can see at the bottom, this is a bottom surface, this is a bottom surface, and there at the bottom surface the two legs are there. The legs is known as the batten. So these mounted with the two battens, that is mounted on the bottom of the drawing board sheets. And at the left hand side, you can see this is a working edge. At this working edge, we firmly held the your T square that will be discussed in our coming slide. And at the front surface of this drawing board, we will fix our sheet with the help of the some adhesive agent, or you can see with the clips. The main purpose of the to fabricate this with the soft wood material, because when we go for the all pins, then we insert the all pins in their drawing board, they can easily insert without any human effort. So basically that's why we use as a softwood tree material in this. As per standard is as a BIS standard, your 1441989, according to this standard, the drawing board designated as D0, D1, D2 and D3. The D0 board size will use sheets A0. Similarly for D1 will be A1. Similarly for D2 is A2, and similarly for D3 as A3. So all these three sheet size or four sheet size are fixed on according to the nomenclature of these drawing boards. So the dimension of the D0 will be the 1500 into 1000 and for D1 it's a 1000 into 700 and for D2 your 700 into 500 and for D3 your size will be the 500 into 350. So these four are the standard as per your BIS standard. So in our coming next slide, you can see that wood material that we're using in our drawing board instruments, that blue pine that already discussed in a previous slide, and the oak, red cedar and bentec. So next slide, you can see your T square. your T square, that is also made of the hard quality of wood. Basically, it having two parts. It consists of two parts. One is blade and second one is the stock. These blade, this one is a blade and this is a stock. These two parts are mounted at a 90 degree to each other. From here we will draw a parallel lines. From here we can draw a parallel lines according to movement when we move upside. In next slide you can see the drawing board. Sorry, it's not a drawing board. It's a T square. So basically we will see the uses of the T square. Basically the T square is used to draw the parallel lines, to draw the parallel lines, or you can say that to draw the horizontal lines. So the working edge of T square is also used as the base for the set square to draw the vertical inclined and manual parallel lines. So basically you can see the representation on how to fix our T square. You can see this stock portion, this stock portion that firmly held with the working edge of the drawing board, that we already discussed in the previous slide. That from here the working edge we will fix our T square, and you can see this is a working edge of, this portion is the working edge of our T square. So this is the blade, this portion termed as your blade, and you can see this is a first parallel line, then this is the horizontal line, this is a second horizontal line. Both are the parallel to each other. So the T square is made to draw the parallel and horizontal lines. You can see the working edge, this one. The working edge is straight or not. How can we identify? So basically we will mark 2 points with the help of this working edge, and we will draw a straight line with the help of this blade like this. Afterwards we go for the forward direction and it will be rotated in this direction. In this direction we rotate it. Then this working edge is moved to this side. In dotted line you can see in your figure also. I am just plotting again. So you can see, so these 2 points also coincide when we rotate this working edge. It means if here the lines are parallel and straight, it means the working is don't have any problem. If here both 2 points are not coincide with each other, so it means your working edge of the T square is faulty. So our next drawing instrument is your set square. Basically this set square is a transparent plastic and other material, wood and tin also used to fabricate this set square for the drawing instruments. So basically a set square is a triangular in shape. You can see both having a triangular in shape, and for 30 to 60, basically it is 2 types, 30, 60 and 45. The 30, 60, this 30, 60 having its length 250 mm, and for 45 to 45 degree set square having their length is 200 mm. If I'm talking about the uses, basically the set square are used for drawing all the straight lines. With the help of T square we can put, like here we can draw a straight lines here, or in the combination with the T square we can draw a 30 degree angle. This is 30 degree angle. We similarly for a 60 degree angle, similarly for 45 degree angle, means 3 angles can easily drawn with the help of these set squares. Moreover, if I'm talking about if I'm using these two simultaneously, if I'm using these two set squares simultaneously, so with the combination of these two and we using the T square also, so we can draw the angle, minimum angle is a 15 degree and 75 degree and 105 degree. So these 3 angles can easily draw with the combination of these two. So it means if I'm talking about the circle, so in next slide, so I'm talking about this circle having the center. If I'm talking on this is 30 degree, but when we go for the your second figure, I am talking about this figure. You can see a minimum angle. A minimum angle can be draw with the 15 degree, and the maximum angle with the help of this set square we can draw the 105 degree with a combination of these two. Okay, if I'm talking about when we can we in what part we can we divide this circle with the help of these two set square. So you can see a minimum angle is 15 degree, so 15 degree, and the circle having a angle is 360 degree. So 360 divided by 15, we can draw we can divide this circle into 24 equal parts. Similarly, the maximum angle is 105, and for the circle we can draw divide into what minimum equal parts? It's a 6 equal parts. 24 and minimum is 6. So this is the basic fundamental of the set square. In a coming next slide, you can see a large size compasses. In large size compasses, you can see this is a leg. This portion is leg, and this portion is needle. This needle is inserted in the sheets. You can see in third figure. You can see this one. You can see this. This is your sheet. This is your sheet. So at here we can insert a pencil. The basic fundamental of the large bow compass is to draw the circles and arc of the circle can easily draw with the help of large bow compasses. So with the help of large size compasses, we can draw up to 120 mm diameter with the legs of the large size compasses, and these legs should be straight. When your legs of compass kept straight. So with the help of these large size compasses, we can draw a circle of diameter up to 120 mm. So beyond this dimension, if you go for the large size circles, so you need to, in second figure you can see, you need to bend these two legs, and when we bend these two legs, they should be parallel to each other. They should parallel to each other during drawing the diameter of the circle. Basically, in the third figure, you can see that this is the needle. That needle should be inserted slightly, not in depth. It means if you have a sheet like thickness of 1 mm, if your sheet having a thickness of 1 mm, so the needle should be inserted 1/3, up to a 1/3, you can say up to a 1/3, but not inserted completely, to avoid the tearing of the sheet. So this is a wrong method. Sometimes students they're doing when they're making a circle from the center, so they're making a extra large pressure on the sheets. So due to the pressure, the sheet will go pierce throughout the its thickness. So it should be avoided. So in your next slide, you can see next drawing instrument, your lengthening bar. Why we call this lengthening bar? Basically, in large size components, this lengthening bar is not there. Only bending from this side is there. But you can see in your lengthening bar, this lengthening bar is extra is provided with in this compass, and from this the bend is there. And you can see both bends are parallel to each other. I already told you in a previous slide that when we draw any circle, any arc, so your bend should be parallel to each other on your sheets. So you can see what is the purpose of lengthening bar. We can see that in your lengthening in your large size compasses, up to 120 mm diameter of the circle cannot be drawn with the easily with the large size compasses, but with the help of lengthening bar we can draw up to, or you can say more than 150 mm radius. If I'm talking about the radius, it means 300 mm diameter of the circle or arc can be drawn easily with the help of your lengthening bar. Okay, similarly, you can see these are small bore compasses. In small bore compasses, basically it is having limitation. So to draw the circle or the small diameter circles, you can draw easily, and up to you can say up to 25 mm diameter of the radius, 25 mm radius of the circle can easily drawn with the help of the small bore compasses, or you can say that 25 mm of radius of an arc can be drawn easily with the help of the small bore compasses. Next, your drawing instruments is your large size divider. And what is the basic fundamental of large size divider? You can see at the bottom, of these two large size divider, they have two needles. It means that the pencil is not inserted in this, so this divider is used to divide the line into a particular length. What would be a its uses will be the to divide a curved or straight line. We can say the, for example, this is a circle and this is a curved line. So when we divide, we have to divide this curve into equal parts. So with the help of this divider, we can mark it, and we can divide this arc in equal parts. Similarly, if having a straight line, so from the divider, from the scale, we measure 5 mm, so we can divide this line into 5 mm into equal parts, like this. So next is its uses will be the to transfer the dimensions from one part of the drawing to another part. As I stated that from one part to another part, we can transfer the dimensions to set off give distance from the scale to the drawing. So to set off the given distance means what given distance we measure on a scale, and we can be transfer on your drawing sheet directly. So next is your small bore divider. Basically, this small bore divider is to divide a measured length into very small parts. So basically, you can see here these two are the needles that is resting, that this part should be here A. So you can see it is adjusted by a nut. Where is it? This nut is provided. This nut is provided to adjustment the length as per the requirement for the making a minute divisions. Minute divisions we can be easily measured and can be transferred on the sheet also. So this is four drawing instruments that will be used in our engineering drawing. So in the next slide, you can see scales. Basically, these two types of scales we will see in our market. One having a flat surface. If I'm seeing from the side view, you can see this a rectangle. If I'm seeing from the side view, you can see this type of shape. So basically, two types of scales are available in the market. It is 15 centimeter long, that is small scales that we use, and having a width is 2 centimeter. And this scale I'm talking about is a 30 centimeter long, and having a 3 centimeter wide. Okay, and both having a thickness is 1 mm. Both having a thickness, if I'm talking about this thickness, I'm talking about this thickness, this thickness is 1 mm. So basically, these scales are also having some material is in our daily uses in your school life as well as in your engineering classes. You will see this having a transparent, and it is made of steel also, good steel also, that is you can say chromium steel, and it is also made of the wood material. Okay, if in engineering drawing, basically our three types of scales are there. Three types of scales are there, and what will be three scales? One is the reducing scale. Second one is the enlarging scale, and third one is a full scale size. So what is the advantage of these three? For example, if you have to plot a building diagram. If you have for a civil point of view, if you have a building diagram, so you cannot plot this building at a A4 sheet or A3 sheet. So you have to reduce the size of the actual object. So that in that type of problem we will go for the reducing scale. For example, 1:2. These are the some ratios that we will use in our coming classes. In our scale problems, the linear scales are there, vernier scales are there, the various scale types of scales we will study in our coming lectures. So 1.25 is as further is a reducing scale problem. This is a 1.5 and 1:10. So these are the reducing scale, means one, if your size is actually 1, so 2 times it will be reduces. So it means that it will be 2.5 times it reduces, either 5 times we reduce the size, and if 10 times we reduce the size. It means the basic meaning is this. For the enlarging scale, if I'm talking about the computer science, electronics branches, if I'm talking about the IT sectors, when you have a transistors and you're having integrated circuits, so these are very small parts. So they having very small parts. Plot these small parts on your sheet, but the visualization is very difficult, and it is very difficult to understand what part is showing in your drawing. So in that type of problem, we will go for the enlarging scale. In enlarging scale, if for example 2:1, 5:1, so these ratio will be we follow 2:1, 5:1, and 10:1. Similarly, in full scale, it means no scaling we will use here. For example, if line having a length 2 centimeter, so it means the 2 centimeter length is equal in full scale is equal to the 2 centimeter. So it means 1:1 ratio we will use in scaling. So these scales problem we will discuss in our coming lectures. So this is just a brief introduction about these scales. So in next slide, protector. All of them knew that the protectors we used to measure the angles. Okay, the protectors is used to draw or measure the angles that cannot be drawn with the help of set squares. I already told you about that. The set square having some limitation. For example, it is 30 to 60, and one set square having a 45. So if I have to make an angle of 23, 21, some 20 degree, so in this type of problems we will go for the protectors. You can see this is a center point. From this, these are the gratings. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Similarly 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, it's not 10, it's a 5 divisions. You can see these are 10 is here, 10 is here. So these are the 5 divisions, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This is also 5 divisions. So similarly, so on, we can draw any angle with the help of the protectors. So it is also made of a transparent cellulose material. So this protectors is available in the market. You can see in the market the protector having a range of the 100, 150, and 200 mm of diameter are used in our drawing instruments. So basically we widely use the 100 mm. We widely use the 100 mm of the diameter protector we use in our drawing sheets. Drawing curves which cannot be drawn with the help of the compasses holder. Basically in drawing holder, you can see this is a lid of the holder, and you can see this portion. You can see I'm changing the color of ink color. Just wait. I'm talking about this is your slots, and this is your this having a raised portion from inside, and that it will be slide here. It will be slide here, and when it will be rotate this side, when we rotate it this side, it will making an interlocking mechanism. So this is used to make the sheet holder larger side or smaller side. Next is your drawing pencils. Basically in your schooling you will deal with the HB pencil. This HB pencil is the medium grade pencil. Basically in our engineering drawing we will deal with the 3 types of pencils. One is H pencil, second one is B pencil, and third one is your HB that already written on top. H pencil means harder grade, B means softer grade, and H mean medium grade that already told about. So in H pencil there are further nomenclatures are H, 2H, 3H, 4H, and so on. Similarly for B we have a B, 2B, 3B, and so on. So what is the purpose of these two pencils, and what is the purpose of HB pencil? So in our drawing, in our next lecture, we will talk about the lines and dimension and different types of lines also. For example, continuous lines line is there, center line is there, hidden lines are there, sectioning lines are there, cutting planes are lines are there, outer lines are there, extension lines are there. So there different lines is there, and they having their own characteristics and own application. So we will discuss in deep in our next lecture. So before in this slide we are just only talking about the three types of pencils are there, and these pencil having a two types of edges. Two types of edges. One is conical point, second one is chisel edge. You can see in figure C. Figure C, this is your conical shape, and these both having a chisel edge. So this is your sandpaper. This is your sandpaper. With the help of sandpaper, you sharp the pencil. For beginners, for example, if we are in first year, so we plotting a drawing on our on drawing sheets. So basically, we recommended that for beginners we can use H and 2H pencil only to draw the figures with the help of H and 2H. What it will be there, because these are harder grade pencil and these are lighter in. These are lighter in appearance. These are the lighter in appearance, because when we make a unwanted line or you have to rub this line, so with the H and 2H pencil, they're not making any impression on your sheets. They're not making any impressions on your sheet. So we can easily rub these two lines with the help of the that we drawn with the H and 2H pencil. Further, when we go for the 3H and 4H, they having a darker grades. So when we rub these lines, the unwanted or wrong lines, and your drawing sheets having an impression on your sheets. So that's why for the beginners we will use the H and 2H pencil. So the next drawing instrument is drawing clips and erasers. Basically, we can see that on your drawing boards, when you have to insert your sheets, you need to adhere the sheet with the help of some glue or some adhesive agent, or sometimes you will use a clips. So these are the some accessories that you have to purchase to fix your sheet or avoid the tearing of the sheet. We will go for the clips. And when we go for the sellotapes, so when we remove the sellotape, the work surface, the surface of the sheet will be deformed. So this is not recommended that the sellotape is used, but we recommended that the clips is the best option to fix our sheets also on this. And this is your, I'm already talking about, these are T-square, basically to draw the horizontal lines. We already talked about in your previous slides. And these are the all pins. These pins are inserted in your drawing boards. So these pins are inserted in your drawing board. In previous slide we were also talking about the drawing board having a 25 mm thickness, and it is made of the softwood. What is the reason to make it is soft? Because when we push these all pins insert to avoid the extra human effort, to where can they easily facilitate out these pins, and it can easily insert the pin into the drawing boards. So next is drafting machine. It is very important in your drawing instruments. Drafting machine, or you can say a drafter also. You can see this is your drawing board, and from the drawing board you can see that the top left corner, this is your top left corner of the drawing board. We will fix our drafter at top left corner. What will the reason behind this? Because this is the construction all over the world, the drafter having this similar shape. So in this construction you can see a clamp. This clamp is fixes on the top left corner, and these having the guiding bars. You can see the guiding bars or the parallel arm bars that moves throughout the board. It moves throughout the border. It moves. What will be the purpose of this? If I draw a complete board here, for example, with the help of these guiding bars, these are the protector head, that is adjustable protector head. At this you can see the gratings are there. Gratings are there to make an angle on your sheets. And this is your blade. You can say this is your scale blade, and these have a scale having these gratings in mm. This having a grating in mm, so we can draw a particular length with the help of this scale. It is work as a function of the t square. It is work as a t square. So basically, a drafter machine also having a definition that it is a combination of it is a combination of t square, protector, and set square, where all these three are available in a single machine, where we can plot a drawing in a minimum time and effectively. And shown in figure, you can say one end is clamped at the top left corner by the help of the screw mechanism. This is the screw mechanism. This is a screw mechanism. We tighten the screw with the help of hands. We can easily fix it at the top left corner. Second one, the other end are adjustable head having the protector marking is fit in. We're already talking about the, this is the protector marking and this is the adjustable end. We can move it at any direction at a particular angle. So two blades are a transparent cellulose, because these two are the transparent cellulose material that having a scale gratings that is right angle to each other. This is a 90-degree angle. These are the 90-degree to each other. So the machine has a mechanism which keep the two blades always parallel to their respective original positions. So this is the function of the drafting machine. This is a very important in your drawing instruments. So students, these are the drawing instruments. Today we will discuss about this. So in our coming lecture, we will discuss about the drawing sheets. What size of drawing sheets are there? What is the correlation between the A0 to A5 sheets? And presently we discuss about the drawing board and what drawing board is suitable for the what drawing size. And in next lecture we also discuss about the margins and title blocks and the folding marks and what folding marks will be required, what are the types of the foldings are available as per the standard, and what title block having a standard size, and in our schooling or you can say in our universities what's title block will be used. So today we are thank you.